My final interview from the GOA Leadership Summit is none other than Issac Botkin from T-Rex Arms. He was gracious enough to grant me an interview right from the show floor of the expo and has some really interesting perspectives on leadership. Stay tuned. Hi, my name is Todd Hendricks and I'm the owner of People First Coaching and Consulting. I am a leadership coach, consultant, trainer, and speaker with over 2 decades of leadership experience in public education, business, and ministry. I help people become the leaders they were meant to be. So, Isaac, thank you for taking your time with me today.
You're so welcome.
What outcomes would you like to see from this leadership summit?
So this is kind of an interesting one because it is very industry specific, but it's a very broad industry. So I would love to see the companies that are here just kind of get together, and I think this smaller venue is actually really good because there's a gigantic, often gigantic trade shows. This is one where it's a little more room to, I think, spend some time, some deeper conversations. So I think that something that would benefit customers is just a little bit more unity in the space and maybe a little bit more collaboration. And that is what I've seen here. So I don't just hope to see it, I kind of expect to see it at this point,
Yes.
based on what I've seen here today.
If you've been watching this series of leadership interviews from the GOA Leadership Summit, then you know that this is going to be a common theme: collaboration. I think every single person I've interviewed has, in some way, shape, or form, mentioned collaborating with others in order to improve their leadership and the industry as a whole. Isaac is no exception here. And collaboration is such a big deal because it grows not only you, but it grows the other person. So it's a mutually beneficial relationship. I like Isaac's depiction of collaboration and how that can really help the entire industry grow and create innovation. Yeah. Now, switching, I guess, away from the gun aspect of this, but you're obviously a leader in T-Rex Arms and do a lot of leadership stuff there. What are some of the things that you focus on as a leader with your staff, with your employees? When you think about when you're managing people in your corporation, what is it that drives you to say, man, that's what I want to do, that's the type of leader I'd like to be?
Yeah, so this is an interesting question because T-Rex has, in a real short space of time, gone from there being no people to lead to quite a few. So it's been a pretty steep learning curve, and it's gone through a number of iterations where we've read books from Pat Lencioni, for example, other different leadership coaches, and all of it really does, I think, boil back to really core principles that are in Scripture and how we want to be treated and how we should treat others and how we love and take care of other people. And so one of the things that I think is really key that we have developed at T-Rex is a desire to really equip all of the people in the company, not just to do the jobs we've asked them to do. That's kind of obvious, like that's pretty easy. But to try to figure out how we can serve and equip them in other ways. So how can we help somebody, equip someone to really succeed at the job we've given them, but also give them the tools they need to do the next job and the next job. But sometimes that's in the company, and a lot of people have gotten promoted up as we've grown. Sometimes that's outside of the company, and sometimes it's other things inside of the community as well. So there is no magic silver bullet for how you solve something or how you do meetings better or how you don't do PowerPoints or whatever the new trend is. I think it really has to come from a heart of service, and there are definitely methods of getting better effectiveness here or having better meetings there, but if there isn't a servant heart behind leadership, I think Scripture tells us that it is not going to be as effective as true servant leadership that comes from loving and caring about people.
Yeah, I've done a number of interviews, and that is one of the things that keeps coming back is that servant leadership. And if you're sowing into people and growing people, then there's really not a bad outcome from that. So, about a decade ago, T-Rex Arms was just a one-man show, and now they are an industry leader. So as Isaac mentioned, they have grown very, very quickly over those 10 years. When you grow that quickly, you have to have an organizational change process. You have to be fluid and have the ability to adapt to changing market conditions and changing conditions within your own company. So I'm going to use an analogy that's kind of strange, but I think you'll understand. Think about going to a formal event, and then you have to choose your socks. Yes, your socks. Now, are you going to wear brown socks or black socks? Well, the color of your outfit will determine what color socks you wear. So, not really a big decision to make there, right? Yeah. So, if we put that in terms of a business, Small decisions are easily absorbed by the employees and the organization because they're logical and they make sense. But when you have a big shift in your organization or your business, then you need to take things a little bit more deliberately. And an organizational change process can help with that. In previous videos, I've gone in detail about my organizational change process that I've used in multiple places, in multiple organizations, and it has been very effective and works for different situations and settings because it doesn't deal with just the process of the organization. It deals with the most important part, the people. And the people are what make your organization. Again, Issac mentions how much they sow into their employees and how much they want to see them grow and grow as people, not just to help out T-Rex Arms, but to be better members of their community and better for themselves as well. So kudos to T-Rex Arms on that. Again, you guys are doing a great job. Final question for you. I know you've got to run off. What is something that, aside from T-Rex Arms, when you're in your rocking chair in your older years, what is the thing that you want to be known for as Issac?
Well, it may be T-Rex adjacent because T-Rex is such a broad company, but I would love for, let's say, my neighbors in my town to remember that T-Rex was a good employer and to remember that that my family wanted to be involved in the community and not just build a company that had a solid bottom line or that invented a product that was great for tens of thousands of people. That is something that I really hope that there is some memory or some legacy there, that T-Rex wanted to do something bigger than itself and it wanted to do it for other people.
Yeah, excellent. Thank you very much for your time today. I appreciate it.
Very good.
I'd like to thank Issac for taking time out of the end of his day at the Goals Conference to talk with me about leadership. If you have any further questions about People First Coaching and Consulting or would like to speak with me directly, please email me at todd@peoplefirstcoachingconsulting.com.